everybody, welcome back again. Enrico speaking from Reply, our main headquarters here in Turin, and we are back with the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge webinar live. It's 5 o'clock right now here, Central European time, and I'm happy to welcome all of you into our webinar again, the Ask Us Anything webinar dedicated again to the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge, which is about to happen, about to start on Monday, 28th of March. And here, of course, it's our space, our, usual space in order to collect all the questions, all the doubt that you may have, that, of course, will possibly find an answer here today, not by me, because I'm not for sure able to answer all of your doubt, but because of the presence of all of my guests that are connected with me right here, right now. I'm happy to present, to show to you the whole gallery of our panelists appearing in a moment right now. Here they are. Okay, thank you very much to the control room, and hello everybody. I will start right now the round of presentation. Some faces are kind of familiar, I guess, because people addicted with the Reply Challenges word might have already recognized somehow, yes. The Reply Titanium team, starting from its coach and main team member, which is Paolo Fabris, partner at Untitled Reply. Ciao Paolo.
Hi Enrico, hi there.
Hi there. Hi, happy to have you together with us all over again. Thanks for connecting today, and together with you, the Reply Titanium team is a very, the most important, possibly, I would say, team part of the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge, because you are in charge of designing the challenge as itself, but it's not just Paolo alone, of course. I would like to present Oksana from the Titanium team. Hello, Oksana, can you hear me?
Yes, Enrico. Hi everyone.
Hi there. Happy to have you together with us. Oksana Sisterhan, right? I wasn't sure about the surname pronunciation. Sorry about it.
No, that's perfectly correct. It's Sisterhan. It's a very easy German name.
German, all right. And connecting instead from Milan, we have Elisabetta Veneziani. Ciao, Elisabetta.
Ciao. Hello, everybody.
Hi
Welcome
there.
back.
Thank you. Happy to have you together with us today. And again, Paolo, Oksana, and Elisabetta in representative, I guess I would say, of the Reply Titanium team in charge of the challenge design and delivery. Those are maybe the most important moments right now, because the challenge is about to start. So really, the moments where everything, we are all deadline driven, so everything is really happening right now, right?
Yeah, the responsible.
I guess so. Yeah.
The good and the bad way.
That's it. Thank you, guys. And I'm continuing the round of presentation by welcoming again, if I'm right, for it's the third edition of the challenge. And I guess Maria Grazia Dossena, head of market strategy from Banca Generali, you are together with us since the beginning, right?
Yes, from the beginning. Hi to everybody.
Thanks for being with us again for this year. Of course, we will talk about the actual market situation. The strategies that our challengers might want to discover, to start applying in their asset management. So we'll be back to you, of course, Maria Grazia, in a moment. But then let me continue the round. I guess it's time to welcome Mr. Simone Gallo, which is a managing director at MainStreet partner, that for the second year, if I'm right again, is part of the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge family. Maybe it's a family, I don't know. Simone.
Correct, exactly. Hi Rico, hi everyone. Thanks for inviting us again to the challenge.
Happy to have you together with us. And yes, of course, we will talk about the sustainability, the ESG scenario together with MainStreet partners. But then, nonetheless, I'm happy to welcome other two guests in our panel, starting from Guido Alberto Marsico, which is, you might not be aware, but then he's the winner of the last edition of the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge. Ciao, Guido.
Hi, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, happy to have you together with us. I guess that, Guido, you the easiest question for you, of course, might be not right here, right now, but then people might ask you how to win the challenge.
I don't know. I can say what worked last year. Can't predict the future.
You were definitely lucky last year, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
every time
I know.
you win something, there is a little percentage of luck, of course. But nonetheless, you have applied a strategy last year, and yourself, of course, and your skills and your competencies in order to win. So thanks for being with us together this year. I mean, in our webinar, there might be time to talk, to chat about the suggestions you want to share with the challengers this year. And last but not least, live from the Reply Ambassadors team, which is the team of students, university students collaborating with Reply in the meanwhile of their studies. Of course, we have Sara Giusi from the Politecnico di Torino. Ciao, Sara.
Hello, everyone.
Hi there. Happy to have you together with us. You are from the Polito, right? One of the most frequent flyers of the Reply challenges, and of course a university well connected with the Reply world. May I ask you, what are you studying?
I'm currently studying management and engineering. It's my first year of master.
First year, wow. So you are a rookie, right? Fresh. What is? How about your first semester at university?
I know I already had my bachelor in politics.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I'm
Okay.
quite confident with the environment.
Okay. So you know the business very well. Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
my mistake. And so thank you again for being with us together with the rest of our panelists. We will involve, of course, Sara into the loop of answers, even because, again, starting from your role as a university student right now. Okay, this is it, guys. The panel is complete. I'm happy again to welcome all of you. We started 7 minutes ago. It's the Ask Us Anything webinar dedicated to the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge. We are live right now on challenges.reply.com. That, as you know, is our platform, the platform for where you will play the challenge and where you can, of course, discover all the learning contents and all the different challenges already part of the Reply Challenges initiatives. Nonetheless, we are live at the same time on the internal video platform of the open to all the repliers worldwide, which is a Chick Norris television. So hi to all the repliers connected with us right now. Feel free to interact with us both on Chick Norris and on challenges.reply.com. If you have any question, please feel free to share those to the panel of speakers right now connected with me, and there will be time, of course, to directly answer your doubts, and why not to ask for some suggestions. Please feel free to do it. Don't waste the opportunity to propose your question directly to our panelists in order, why not, to receive some little advantage in your strategy. I'm going right now through the presentation that we have prepared for all of you in order to briefly recap what is going to be in the next days. And here we are. Thank you very much to the control room. You can see right here the graphics showing you what are we talking about. The Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge that will be live on the 28th of March, from the 28th of March till the 8th of April. During, of course, the working days, you'll be able to play online, of course, on challenges.reply.com in order to invest your $1 million of pretend money. And that's, of course, the deal that you are somehow doing with us, to show your strategy, your best skills in order to invest in a sustainable way that huge amount of money, and of course getting back the profit that you can in order to be on top of the leaderboard. There are, of course, some rules, some important stuff to take care of, and I'll be back to the Titanium team in a moment in order to recap which are the constraints of our game. It's not just a matter of profit, of course, even because the name of the challenge is the Sustainable Investment Challenge, and so this is the place where you are going to test your skills in a matter of sustainable investments. Fully online, again, as I said, challenges.reply.com is the platform. And another couple of important deadlines that you have to take in mind. Of course, if you haven't yet, you are deeply invited to register yourself to challenges.reply.com within this Friday, March the 25th, till almost 10 p.m. in the evening, Central European time. Every time you see a deadline, an hour, it's Central European time. So take care of your time zone. And then again, the game will be live starting from Monday, 28th of March till the 8th of April. And because we are talking about a real market scenario, we'll play with the American market. So starting from 3:30 p.m. Central European time till 10 p.m. In the evening. All the working days, of course, in that 10 days we are talking about, 28th of March till the 8th of April. And again, everything, the rules and the game itself are available on challenges.reply.com. And people are already playing right now in order to train themselves. Then, of course, on March the 28th, the portfolio will be resetted. And so they will start again with the game, with a real game, and not just the training that is happening right here, right now. Those are the deadlines. So again, let me stress this, March the 25th, in order to register yourself to challenges.reply.com. And of course, why not only to register yourself, but even to invite your friends to do so. There is the referral program that invites all the people registered to challenges.reply.com to invite their friends in order to get, why not, some freebies, like the t-shirts I'm wearing right now. Ooh, where's the logo? Here, okay. The t-shirts is available to all the people who will successfully invite to the challenge 10 friends, if I'm right, but then nonetheless, you can refer to challenges.reply.com for the referral program. Again, invite your friends in order to win some freebies dedicated to the challenge. Let me go on. In order to present, we have already presented some, but then nonetheless, this is the .com and then the MIP, yes, the Politecnico di Milano Graduate School of Business. This is the panel of our partners, and by ourselves at our side. Thank you very much to all of our panel of our partners that have been onboarded into the challenge adventure all over again. Let me go on, because it's time to remind you, of course, that you are competing. You are about to start the competition because of the learning opportunities you have, of course, because of the fun that is, I mean, a very welcome side effect, but not only, because there are some prizes. For the first ranked on the leaderboard, we have the MacBook Pro, then the iPad Air for the second place, and then the Apple AirPods Pro for the third place. There is, of course, again, a matter of prizes, but not only. We are suggesting these because of the learning opportunity that you have, and not only in a matter of prizes you can get back. Let me go on. There are already available some learning materials on challenges.reply.com. You are deeply invited to have a look at those. I mean, not only in a matter of videos, because again, we have worked a lot in order to produce some interesting contents for the whole community. You are seeing right now a list of videos that you can start training with. Somehow, yeah, you know, in order to have a look at what might help you in your strategy. But then, nonetheless, you can find a very complete and large list of learning materials available again on challenges.reply.com. This is mostly an effort of the Reply Titanium team, but not only, of course, in order to give you what's relevant and important for your strategy shaping. So take your time to visit this website in order, again, to better train yourself. We can't stress this enough every time, all the time. This is a learning opportunity for all of you. So again, take care of discovering all the materials available. Why not sharing your feedback as well? But then out of the competition, it's a learning opportunity into your lifelong learning journey. So good luck to all of you. Another important news this year, the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge is zero impact, officially zero impact. This is, of course, to demonstrate our commitment to sustainability, and our challenge this year will have a zero negative impact on the environment and will be completely green. This is something we have certified thanks to the LifeGate collaboration. If you want to learn more, there are information available on our social channels and on challenges.reply.com as well. But this is something, again, worthy to share. The overall experience, the overall sustainable investment challenge experience is zero impact in a matter of environment, and we want again to stress this enough, together with the other challenges we have been already, the code challenge that we had on March the 10th and the creative challenge that will follow next after the sustainable investment one. I'm going very quick because the time is already running. There are still a couple of appointments we want to share. There will be another webinar, I mean, even 2 more webinars. Let me start from the second one that will be on April the 8th, a final live streaming with the dedicated hub at the Politecnico di Milano. There will be the possibility to register for it in order to be present physically at the event. If you are registered to the challenge, you will receive an email with the instruction in order to be invited to it. But then, nonetheless, there will be another webinar following that will be on March the 30th, next week, the 30th of March, on Wednesday, and there will be the opportunity to make a sort of check and balance of your strategy. Thank you very much, guys. At 5 p.m. Central European Solar Time, March the 30th, in order to check again how the challenge is going in the middle of the game, because already we'll be at the 3rd day of our challenge next Wednesday. This is it for my main presentation. Hope I have somehow covered what might be relevant for the players. We talked a lot about the different learning opportunities and, of course, about the game itself. But then, as announced, I guess it will be a good time right now to involve again the Titanium team in order to, why not, make a sort of recap of the gameplay, the rules, and how the game has been designed. Paolo, I would like to start from you.
Okay, thank you, Enrico. So the design of the challenge this year would like to take in mind the fact that in times of volatility like the ones we are facing today, we would like to support not only the portfolio creation like we did last year. Last year we let's say, emphasized a lot the point of building a good strategy, starting from a good portfolio at the beginning of the challenge. This year, we are, of course, taking into consideration this component, but also we are going to add some, let's say, some spice on the challenge by adding also the bonus malus mechanism in the valuation of the portfolio to the trading component. So while last year we were emphasizing, let's say, we were limiting the bonus malus application to the asset allocation of the portfolio, this year we are switching the attention, or we are, let's say, including our radar also the trading component. So also the profit or losses that will be gained by the participants will be subject to the bonus malus related to the ESG rating of the single company. By doing this, what will happen is that not only you will have been leveraging on the single stock, but you will be over leveraged due to the fact that there are other components that are, let's say, somehow interfering with your strategy. So if you are gaining money from a good company in terms of ESG rating, what will happen is that you will be over gaining. If you will be losing money from a poor company in terms of ESG rating, you will be over losing. This is going to create a situation that is, as I said in the beginning, leveraging a lot on the trading component. And in our opinion, this is, let's say, requiring much more attention by the participants on the challenge throughout the whole 2 week period of the challenge itself. It's not enough that you're building your good portfolio. That of course is important. The holding period still has, I would say, its importance, but it's by far overwhelmed by the bonuses or the malus that you can get by the trading components. So be aware that if you're sitting on your portfolio just waiting for time passing by on a good asset allocation, this is not enough to allow you to get a final good score. While if you're moving your portfolio, taking advantage of the trading component, probably you will have much higher chances to be in the top part of the leaderboard. This is probably one of the most important changes we introduced from last year. The other change, but it's, I would say, minor compared to this one, is that we introduced some more companies that can be traded in the platform. Last year, we were just below 1,000 companies. Now, this year, we are around 1,100.
Wow.
Yes, there are not so many, but enough if you want to study, if you want to, let's say, trade, I would say trade responsibly, because you need to know where you're putting your money on. So being sure that you're investing in the right company, that you're evaluating under the ESG point of view in a proper way, your company requires time, and over 1,000 companies is going to be a tough job. More than that, we kept the options as securities, as instruments that can be traded. As last year, we allow only long trading on options. You can buy both put and call options. You cannot short sell company options. This is because we don't want to, let's say, emphasize the speculation component of the trading. Last but not least, we introduced also, not many actually, but we introduced also the ETF as security. So there will be a number of ETFs that can be would be tradable in the platform. Apart from this, I would say everything is related to the US markets as it was last year. Trading hours would be exactly the usual of the American markets, and the platform is responding hopefully even better than what we had last year.
Sure. Thank you, Paolo, for the official recap of this year. Let me say most important, most relevant aspect of the game rules for our challengers. I already seen, before moving to other questions, there is one coming from YouTube, if I'm right. Mr. Johan Turcanu, I saw on the rules that stocks had an ESG rank. Where can I find ESG score of the stocks? Possibly one of the most frequent questions that people would address you. But this is, again, where to start with an Ask Us Anything webinar.
Yeah, the point here is that, as you know, there are a lot of sources for the ESG rating of a company. And from the information I got, generally speaking, the correlation among ESG ratings that you can find from different providers is not that high. If you're taking the credit score of different companies from different providers, you will find results that are quite aligned, not the same for the ESG rating. Our partner, MainStreet, is providing us with their rating. We assume the MainStreet rating as the baseline for our evaluation. Let's say that it's not, we are not building a strategy of the challenge based on the fact that our rating is better than the other ratings. The point is that starting from the information you will get on the internet, you might be able to build your own idea on how the situation of that company is. So one of the main objectives, targets of the challenge is to force the participants to study the market, study the companies, and understand how a company is behaving and why the situation is that one. So not only rely on a pure number, that is not the purpose of the challenge, but the purpose of the challenge is forcing the participants to understand the reason why a company is a good or a bad company. So if you gather your information and you're studying each company, probably you won't land at the exact same rating that we are using for the evaluation, but for sure you're not going to be so far away from there. So if you're doing your homework, probably you will land in buying a good ESG rating company.
Sure. Thanks, Jon, for the first question of our webinar. Of course, you are all invited to share your doubts by using the panel available on challenges.reply.com, and as well, if you are a replier on Chick Norris television platform. Again, we are live for the Ask Us Anything webinar. Time is running very fast because we reach almost the half of our time right now. We'll be live for the next 30 minutes and something. Let me move again to our panel of speakers. I would like to involve from Banca Generali, Maria Grazia Dossena, again, as say the third year that Banca Generali is together with Reply to deliver the Reply Investment and Sustainable Investment Challenge. And I would like, again, to ask Maria Grazia about this long-last collaboration. What is, I guess there is something we think in common, Banca Generali and Reply, which is the importance of doing an educational opportunity about finance for students in general, for young people, right?
Yes, I'm very, very happy to be with you also this year. It's the third year of the challenge, but I think it's not the last one. I really like the challenge because I think it's a very smart and funny way to promote financial education among young people. Financial education is important. Yes, I believe it is important for everybody, but let me say, it's more important for young people. You can agree with me that if you have a good knowledge how financial markets or financial instruments work, you can properly manage your saving, your money. You can make a very good decision. But for young people, there is something more. They can, with having a good knowledge in financial education, could be a pillar to build up their futures, to realize their project, their dreams. Why? Because in this way they can manage your money in good way, in a very good way, and they can look at their futures playing a leading role and without being passive and need that other people should help them to do something or to know something for their development and the professional development. I can, if we add also to in general financial education, also the issue of ESG, sure. I think that it is also more and more important because in this way, not only is something important for every young people or every student, but also for the world in general, for the future of the world. Let me say, you can move something for have a better social and environmental condition. It's I think a very big power, And the last but not least, maybe financial education could be interesting if you would like to start a career in finance.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? Being a professional means to manage not only their own money, but also money of other people. Maybe a lot of money of a lot of people. And so doing this, you have an honor also, but also a duty, and you have more power to affect the future of the world, mainly if you make ESG investment. This is why Banca Generali like to promote financial education and this type of initiative like Challenge of Reply.
Thank you, Maria Grazia. I guess that your question might be directly addressed to Sara and Guido Alberto, which are the young students together with us right now. So if they want to, why not in their future to apply for a career in finance, guys? What do you think? Guido?
I'll do it probably. That's why I'm doing a Master of Science in Finance and Risk Management. That's the main reason.
Yeah. All right. So good luck. You know that here, definitely all the people hearing to you are deeply, interested in hiring smart brains. So why not? Just think about it. And I guess Sara too. Sara, about your management engineering studies, you have already decided what to do in your future?
Yes, but I'm sorry, but not finance.
Not finance. Okay. Don't worry. What are you interested to?
I'm more interested in sustainability. So
okay, but we are happy about your choices anyhow, because the two things are definitely dealing together in our challenge. Okay, thank you very much again, you guys and Maria Grazia. We together with Banca Generali, we have talked about the importance of finance, of course, and the learning opportunity and the educational opportunity of the challenge itself. But I would like to involve Simone Gallo, managing director at MainStreet Partners. Because again, the keyword, the additional keyword we have is the sustainability. So the ESG ratings that we have already talked about together with Paolo. Simone, would you like to remind us again what are ESG and why and their importance in our game?
Absolutely. That's our bread and butter. So MainStreet Partner is a company was founded in 2008. We only do one thing, that is sustainable and ESG investment advisory and portfolio analytics tools. And very happy that 2 years ago, Reply for this challenge decided to add a sustainable layer component into the challenge, because it's pretty much what's happening in the market. Until 4 or 5 years ago, the only thing that investors could care about was financial performance. These days, there's no way that any large asset manager, insurance, professional investors manage money without considering a ESG rating. So I suppose ESG, environmental, social, and governance, which means you take an assessment and a decision on a company, not just based on the future financial performance of the stock price, but also on some sustainable component. And why it's important? It's important for two main reasons. First, from the purely financial point of view, you have an ESG risk. So if a company, for example, doesn't have good environmental practices and policies, or can be involved in a polluting scandal, the financial price, the stock price of the company would be massively affected, or if there is a governance crisis or the board is not diversified. So if you like it or not, ESG, you have to take care of it, because there's going to be a financial impact. On the other side, the world has massively changed. So your investors, shareholders, and stakeholders really care about what you do with their money, which means not just the performance. So it's not enough to be able to invest and produce returns if you invest in a polluting company or in a company that doesn't have human rights or slavery in some situations. That's not going to be accepted. It's going to be, of course, bad from the sustainability point of view, but also your reputational point of view. So this layer of ESG ratings, which at the end of the day, what's a rating, is an assessment of the sustainability profile of the company. And that's what you will have to consider in addition of producing returns.
Thank you, Simone. I guess that it's valuable for the people watching us right now. I see there are questions coming in. I guess I can propose you the one coming from our friend Mitchell, asking, will the trader with most profit or earning win the game? Second question, I'm proposing you both of them. What if someone choose good ESG rated companies but didn't earn much profit? Is there any chance for him her to win? To win the competition is the most important part of those questions, I guess. Elisabetta, would you like to answer?
Yes, I can answer. So actually, this year, the player that will win the competition will be the player with the highest ranking value. And the ranking value of each player is given by the sum of each security ranking value. So how we calculate this security ranking value, you can find it in the rules section of challenges.replay.com in the algorithm picture. And it's given by the sum of the invested counter value plus the profit and loss and dividends. And they will both be multiplied by the bonus or malus, depending on how good or bad your company, your product is in terms of sustainability. So this year we haven't decided, as Paolo was saying, to introduce the bonus and malus also on the profit and losses. And they are actually weighted, more weighted with respect to the bonus and malus applied to the invested counter value. So it has like a huge impact on your final ranking value. So this would also answer the second question, because I don't think this year only good ESG rated companies will be enough to win the competition. They have to be profitable. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard winning the challenge.
Thanks for your answer. I guess we can immediately try to answer another question coming from Francesco Flores. I guess that this might be for Maria Grazia. In this market condition, how important is a portfolio strategy based on differences among the market of different countries? That gives us even an assist, Maria Grazia, to talk about the actual market condition, the one we are living right now. Something I guess we can all agree was nothing we want to live into, I guess.
Yes, it's very difficult moment speaking about financial markets, but we have to invest and have a specific asset allocation. Here in Banca Generali, we have a financial committee. We decided to maintain a view of neutral for equity investments. That it means that we invest in equity at the standard level for each risk profile. And also it's important how to invest in equities. At this moment, we have reduced our overweighted in Europe and from overweight to neutral. Instead, we have increased our weightings on the US market, because we think the US market is less linked to the conflict, to the war, and there is a strong economy going on. At the same time, we like China, because China is a country quite far from the conflict and less with a good relationship with Russia. And also we are instead underweight on emerging markets overall, because in moment of risk aversion and increasing of inflation, emerging markets usually don't perform very well in equity markets.
Yeah. Thank you, Maria Grazia. I hope this my answer Francesco's doubt and of course not only. I'll be back to other question coming in. Again, I'm inviting all of you guys watching us on challenges.replying.com. Share your doubts and questions for our panel of speakers. This is the Ask Us Anything webinar about the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge. I would like to involve again Oksana from the Reply Titanium team about, I mean, the very next step of the game. I would like to recap, which is the timeline, and what does a player need to do right now in order to get ready to play?
That's a really interesting question. Well, first of all, if you already registered to the challenge, I would like to congratulate you because you're one step closer to win this challenge. So if you're registered, you have an access to our website of the challenge where our team of experts build a lot of interesting content for you. So for example, as a player, you can start to build your knowledge around financial products. So you can go to the learning session where you can learn about bonds, equities, options, and other financial products. In addition, you can also learn about sustainability and what are ESG ratings. In doing so, you can already start thinking of which company is a good company in terms of ESG rating and which company is not. Second point, what you can do, our trading platform is already available for you to start training. So until the final game start, which is the 28th of March, you can already do your first trading on the platform to see how the trading process works, what are the return of your portfolio, how you can do better. So this is a good opportunity to have a better version of your strategy for the final game. We also recorded several nice videos for you, which are available on our YouTube channel. So if you're following Reply You can find dedicated videos around how to play the challenge, how to use a trading platform, and 2 videos dedicating to the fundamentals of market. If you do not follow us on YouTube, you can still Google us on YouTube, checking for Sustainable Investment Challenge 2022, where you can find the videos. And of course, in addition to all of this, we are also proposing you to participate in the daily games. Those games are being posted on a social network, on LinkedIn for professional network and students, but also on Instagram, where on a daily basis, we propose you to play small games around sustainability, ESG rating, and market fundamentals. Now, this is the first thing what you can do. If you are still not registered, you still have 2 days to register, so don't hesitate.
Yeah, exactly. That's the most important action to do, I guess.
Yeah, so I hope if you're here, you're already registered, but if you're still hesitating, I hope after this webinar, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to go to challenges.reply.com and you're going to register for the game.
Thank you very much, Oksana.
Yeah,
yeah, please
guys,
go on.
Good luck. Sorry. Good luck, and I hope to see you all on the winner podium.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much for the for all the recap of different materials available and all the actions that our challengers can do. In the meanwhile, you were talking, the control room has already posted the different links available for our audience right now. I would like to involve again Guido, because again to share with all of you is the winner of the last edition of the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge, and I would like to involve you again in order again to officially say what is among the overall experience, which, as Paolo said, were somehow similar to this year one, even with something different, of course, but then nonetheless, what is the experience that you had and the suggestion you want to share with the people watching us?
Well, obviously, it was a very positive experience. Then I started studying finance after the challenge, I think 6 months later. Anyway, wow. If I have to say what was the predictor in winning the game, was probably mainly luck, and that's pretty obvious, but there are certain steps that you have to respect. First, you have to check the whitelist in order to understand if you can buy certain stocks. Then you want to check the ESG component and, as you know, check the rating. One thing that I would suggest due to the short time frame of the competition would be to buy high volatile stocks and hence stocks with an high beta, which are very reactive to the market. You don't want to diversify too much because, well, portfolio theory teaches you that. But if you have, 2-3 weeks, it wouldn't be the best option due to the fact that you're competing against thousands and thousands of people. Then another suggestion would be not to trade options if you don't know anything about it. You could end up losing a ton of money. And now last year, it seemed a good opportunity to buy growth stocks because it was the beginning of an environment of rising interest rates. As we know, there's a negative correlation between stock prices and interest rates. So growth stocks were or observed a phenomenon known as panic selling, so it seemed reasonable to buy them. Obviously,
Sure.
The most important thing would be to learn as much as possible in this challenge and to turn it maybe in an opportunity to discover a new passion and learn something new. Thanks.
Paolo, it seems to me that Guido is very humble in saying he was lucky in winning last year. To me, it seems very prepared, right? Or
Yeah, as I said in the beginning, particular last year strategy was based on how much you studied the stocks you were going to pick and then build a portfolio, your portfolio. As I said last year, the winners, Guido, if I'm not mistaken, won upon a portfolio he built the first day and didn't move at all. That was for sure the best, let's say, strategy that last year could have been put in place in order to create the highest value given the mechanisms that were set in a, I would say, very with a market with a very low volatility like that was last year. This year, as I said in the beginning, we let's say wanted to create a bit more movement in the challenge. So adding the bonus malus component also to the profit and loss component is going to change these rules. Not to go against Guido, but your strategy this year wouldn't give you the victory for sure.
I know.
That's why he's appreciating to be just a guest.
Yeah. No. I will participate, but probably I will change strategy. But often,
why not? Of course.
Very wise.
Why not the back-to-back?
Farmers in a period are often the worst in another. We can see what happened with Cathie Wood, with ARK investing. So I'm going to change it.
Yeah.
I see there is a question that I would like to propose you, open who wants to answer. Maybe it's, I would say it's the question I would like to share with you, honestly, coming from Onur, that is asking, what events affect the most the stock prices? I guess it's a matter of, again, again, we're talking about real market scenario, the situation we are actually living in. So how the markets are working right now, nowadays. Maybe we can rephrase the question in which scenarios are you expecting, guys, as experts in the financial sector? Who wants to?
I can start to answer.
Please.
Exactly. There are what affect most of the price of of equities depends of the period where you are trading. In fact, in the past, in a normal scenario, it is important the information coming from the company, results that are published. Also, most important are in new data from a macroeconomic point of view, central banks' decisions, and something like this. This is a special period, and at the moment, the most mover of the market is how the conflict Russia-Ukraine will develop. So if sometimes you have some news, good news, and you see increasing prices, otherwise you see a very terrible markets. So
Yes.
it is a very high volatile period, and now the most important news is the news from the conflict, from the war.
Thank you, Grazia. I don't know, is there anyone who wants to add something?
Just one word, Enrico.
Please, Paolo. Yeah.
Just to summarize what Maria Grazia just said, probably in this moment, the market mover are the expectations. I mean, market is always based on expectations. In this moment, expectations are focused on a specific event, which is the war. So I would say keep an eye on the war, and you will, I would say, you might be pretty confident on how the market is going to move, at least in the very short run. And given that we are for obvious reasons dealing with the challenge that is focused on a 2-week period, the volatility in this 2-week period will be strictly correlated to the news, bad or good they are on the conflict situation. So that, in my opinion, in this moment, is the main market mover.
Is there anyone who wants to add something? Simone, were you saying anything, or?
Yeah, no, just, I mean, in general, to Onur, I think you always have 3 levels. No, you have the Armageddon events, like a war. You have no idea.
Yeah.
It's impossible. It's like gambling. Then you have sector, and we see a massive sector rotation last year from tech to growth to oil company, value, utilities type of companies. And in a certain way, it's very difficult to predict. But if you have the best company in the wrong sector, it doesn't matter that it's going down. And then what's the most predictable is the third level, which is the idiosyncratic risk and assessment of the specific company. So a specific event or not good result of a specific company. So just think about in 3 levels and make your choice.
Sure. Simone, I guess that there is a question that might be directly addressed to you, from which, or I mean to the Titanium team, from which rating agency, coming from Giulio Bellini, from which rating agency are the ratings used to determine the level of sustainability of companies in the challenge?
So that's from us. So we've done
exactly.
It's from MainStreet partner. What you guys have to do, I think, in general, of course, we want you to do the work and analyze also the sustainability profile of a company. So I think that some steps that you can take, first of all, you can Google materiality metrics from the ESG point of view. I think it's very, very important for you to understand the concept, because if you are like a bank, you invest in a bank, in a financial institutions, the environmental side is not very, very important at all. You know, by definition, the CO2 footprint is very, very limited, but the governance is incredibly important. While if you assess an oil company, an energy company, the environmental side is incredibly important. And this aspect is used by us, but any rating agency, ESG rating is based on a materiality metrics, and you can find some are available. So go and study and understand the concept, and when you invest, then go to look the most important aspect from the ESG point of view of the company. And then now you can go, especially, you know, large cap US, you can go into the institutional investor page in any website and assess and make your judgment on the various policies they have, or there are also free ESG ratings available as well. But of course, it's more interesting if you go and do your work and you understand why rating is what it is.
Thank you, Simone. I see another question coming. Again, we are running into the very last minutes of our Ask Us Anything webinar. So guys, if you have doubts, please feel free to share those. Christian asking something maybe a bit technical. I don't know, guys, if you can answer. I'm sharing it anyhow. From what I have seen on the platform, how can I buy 100 shares and sell 1 contract call and buy 1 put contract in the platform, for example? I don't know if Paolo.
I go for it. Thank you, Enrico. Christian submitted 2 questions actually, and they're both related to short selling. As I said in the beginning, short selling is not allowed in the challenge. So is not related to as it is in this question, selling or buying naked options. You are not allowed to sell options you don't have in your portfolio. You're not allowed to sell stocks you don't have in your portfolio. So doesn't matter you have 100 stocks, shares of stocks of a company, you still cannot sell an option you didn't buy. So you can only buy options, put or call, and you can sell options you have previously bought. So I hope this is answering his questions. On the other hand, going to the previous question he raised related to the fact that the platform is mainly focused on growth shares. And how to handle a down market, a bearish market. This is actually something that we are not considering right now. As I said, if you want to consider the bearish side of the market, what you can do in the platform, what we allow to do in the platform is to buy a put option, but we are not allowing short selling again. This is because we made a choice in terms of what we would have given as a message, an overall message on the participant, to the participants. Sorry. So this is how the platform has been tuned, and the reasons why.
Thank you, Paolo. I guess it's answering as well the question coming from Igor. Is it possible the short selling? I guess you answer the same way. Another question coming from Dana Sined. I guess we have already answered, but why not to repeat it? Will simulation of possible conflicts in the market will be made during the challenge, or will the reality of the market nowadays will be respected? It's actually the reality, right, guys?
Yes, correct.
A real actual market situation based, again, I would stress these on the American market, right? The US market. So the time frame we are talking about, it's the afternoon for the Central European time. So from 3:30 in the afternoon till 10 p.m. in the evening, work days. So remind this, it's part of the rule of the game. Once you will be playing, starting again from March the 28th till April the 8th. There is the time frame of our online Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge. Very last minutes, if you have any question to share. Otherwise, I'll like to get back to the panel of speakers in order to simply ask you guys, do you have any suggestion, anything that is worthy to share with the players? Oksana, Elisabetta, Paolo, for the Titanium team.
Well, on a daily basis, our team will be posting some hints based on the actions you guys will be doing during the day. So if you're going to see that your trading strategies go kind of in the wrong direction, we will be publishing hints to highlight you the fact that that's something that can be changed. And also in terms of sustainability and assessment of companies, if we find some news around some companies that can impact the materiality assessment, those hints will be published for you on a daily basis. So for the 2 weeks of the challenge.
Thank you, Oksana, for reminding these. And I would repeat that we'll be live in 1 week from now for another webinar in order, again, to check and balance the investment challenge. In the meanwhile, it's happening. Thank you very much, by the way, to Oksana and Elisabetta and Paolo, part again of the Reply Titanium team. Guys, are you excited about starting the adventure?
Yes, of course.
Fingers crossed, right? For everything going well. And let me again saying thanks to all the other Reply Titanium team members which are spread all over the world. Again, the reply challenges for coding, investment, creativity, and cybersecurity are all possible due and just thanks to your deep commitment in shaping and interesting and again, always new opportunity of learning and of meeting reply during the year. So again, guys, by the deep of my heart, thank you very much for your commitment. It's just all because of you. And again, not only because of the partners which are part of the adventure. So let me say thanks again to Banca Generali in the person of Maria Grazia Dossena. Thank you very much, Maria Grazia.
Ciao.
Thank you and see you very soon. And as well, I would like to thank MainStreet partners. Thanks to Simone Gallo. Thank you very much, Simone, and see you soon.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. And let me say thanks as well to Guido Alberto Marsico, the winner of the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge 2021, about to start playing again. So in the new competition, Guido, have you spread the word among your friends, or you prefer to play not against your friends?
No, but I've spread the word, obviously.
All right.
They need to learn something new.
All right. Good for you. Good to you, and thank you very much for that. And as well, I would like to say thanks to Sara Giussi from the Reply Ambassadors team to being so kind and together with us today from the Politecnico di Torino. Grazie, Sara.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, and see you next for the Reply Ambassadors team adventures. If you want to learn more about it, just visit ambassadors.reply.com, which is the website where to apply for being part of the Reply Ambassadors team. Next live appointments will be on March the 30th at 5 p.m. live on challenges.reply.com, and as well on the final day of our challenge for the conclusive and final webinar on April the 8th at 2:30 p.m. There will be time, of course, to remind you about those. This is it from Enrico, of course, and the Reply Challenges team. Thank you very much for being together with us today. Again, appointment is for the start of the challenge on next Monday, March the 28th. Registration to the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge will close on Friday, so don't miss this deadline. And of course, spread the word among your friends in order to be live together with us for this amazing adventure all over again, the third edition of the Reply Sustainable Investment Challenge. I haven't yet thrown any of the flyers to the camera. Let me do it right now. Thank you very much, guys, for being together with us. See you soon for the challenge.
Ciao.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao. See you next.
Bye.
Bye.